Hello students, welcome to this session of atoms and molecules. In this session we are going to discuss about atom. Say what is an atom and what is the unit in which it is measured. See, atom is the smallest particle of matter, as was suggested by Dalton. He also suggested that atom is indivisible and an atom has all the properties of element. Right? So we'll be discussing about atom in this session, and we'll also discuss the symbols of elements. So let's start our session here, students. See, according to Dalton's atomic theory, atom is the smallest indivisible particle of matter. But later it was found that atom is again divided into smaller particles, that is proton, neutron and electron. And the atomic structure suggested by scientists were scientists like the Rutherford, and Rutherford was this, and the Bohr, that in the center of the atom there is a nucleus. Now within that nucleus lies the neutron and proton, right? And electrons, they move round the nucleus, or they are revolving around the nucleus. Fine. So various models of atomic structure were given by the scientists, like there was Thomson's model for atomic structure, Rutherford model and the Bohr model of atom. So we'll be studying about these models in your topic of structure of atom. Here it's just an introduction to what is an atom and what it consists of. So these neutrons, they are chargeless particles. They don't have any charge, right? So these neutrons have no charge. Whereas the electron has got a negative charge. And proton has a positive charge. Right? So the number of protons and electron in an atom should be equal, so as to make that atom neutral. An atom is the smallest particle of an element that can take part in a chemical reaction. Right? And according to Dalton's atomic theory, atoms of same element have got similar chemical properties. Right? Similar properties. He also proposed that atoms of same element have got similar atomic masses, sizes, etc. Right? And size. But later it was found that atoms of same element do have different atomic mass, as in the case of isotopes. But atom is the smallest particle of an element that can take part in a chemical reaction. This is the thing. The size of an atom is indicated by its radius, which is called as atomic radius. Now, atomic radius is measured in nanometers. Now, what is this unit? 1 nanometer is equal to 1 by 10 to the power minus 9 meters. It should be 1 by 10 to the power 9 meters. 1 nanometer is equal to 1 by 10 to the power 9 meters, and not 10 to the power minus 9, right? Or it is also written as 1 nm is equal to 1 by 10 to the power 9 meter. Or we can say that 1 meter is equal to 10 to the power 9 nanometers. Right? So this is the unit in which atomic radius is measured. So this is all about atom, students, and we'll be discussing its atomic mass, about the atomic mass, about the average atomic mass, the gram atomic mass in the later sessions. Now let's move to the symbols of elements. Symbols of elements. The symbols of a chemical element are abbreviations that are used to denote a chemical element. Now they are of 1 or 2 letters, with first letter only capitalized. Say if I'm writing the symbol for chlorine. Now what will be the symbol for chlorine? It will be the first letter capitalized, that is C, and small l. Now these two letters, they are derived from the English name or the Latin names. Now let's study a bit about the history of the symbols of elements, like who was the first person to use symbols for the elements. Dalton, he was the first one. Dalton's symbols of elements. Dalton was the first scientist to use symbols to represent elements in a short way. But he used pictorial symbols. He used pictures to represent elements. Now definitely they'll be difficult to draw. Every time you can't draw pictures. Dalton's symbols for elements were difficult to draw and inconvenient to use. Let's take some examples. See, for example, the symbol of hydrogen was this. Carbon, it was simple black dot. Oxygen, a circle. Phosphorus, a circle with 3 lines. Sulfur, a circle with a square inside. Just 2 crossed lines inside. Magnesium, a circle with zigzag lines inside. Potassium, 3 lines inside. Then strontium. There were short lines like this. Iron, it was a circle with I. Zinc, circle with Z. Copper, a circle with C. Lead, a circle within which there is L. Silver, a circle within which there is S. Then gold, and then mercury. So these are the pictorial symbols which were given by Dalton. Now every time when you have to write a formula, say if I have to write hydrogen sulfide, H2S, I have to use 2 hydrogens, or I have to use the symbol this and 2 and 1 sulfur. So it will be difficult for a person to decode also that what these pictures are suggesting. So they were quite difficult to draw and also inconvenient to use. It was J.J. Berzelius of Sweden who proposed that the first letter of the name of an element be used as its symbol. That is, the first letter can be used as its symbol. Say hydrogen. The symbol of hydrogen will be H. Right? Lithium. The symbol of lithium will be Li. The first and the second letter, of course. So Berzelius proposed that first letter can be used as the symbol. In the beginning, the names of elements were derived from the name of the place where they are found or where they were found for the first time. So the names of the elements were derived from the name of the place where they were found for the first time. For example, the name of copper was taken from Cyprus. Some names were taken from specific colors also, like gold. Gold was taken from the English word meaning yellow. So initially there were different ways, or different scientists, they proposed different ways of naming a chemical element. Dalton gave some pictorial symbols. Berzelius suggested that first letter can be used. Later, the name of the element was also derived from the place of occurrence or from the color. Nowadays, IUPAC, what is IUPAC? It is the International Union of Pure and Applied Chemistry. Approves the names of the elements. That is, the name should be, the symbol should be universally accepted. Right? Many of the symbols were the first one or the 2 letters of the element's name in English. The first letter of a symbol is always written as the capital letter, that is the uppercase letter, and the second letter as a smaller letter or lowercase letter. Right? Say, I told you about lithium. It's what? Li. Calcium. Calcium is the first letter capitalized and next letter is a small letter. Barium. Again, what is the thing? The first letter capitalized and a small letter. Indium. The first letter capitalized and next is the small letter. Now students, the names are also derived from the Latin names. Latin names like sodium, the Latin name of it is natrium. And the symbol for sodium is Na. Potassium, the Latin name is kalium. The symbol for this is K. Simple. Copper, the Latin name is cuprum. And the symbol is Cu. Gold, its Latin name is argentum. Its symbol is Ag. Sorry, it's not gold, it's silver. I'm sorry students. This is silver. Argentum is silver. Aurum is gold. Aurum, it is for gold. And it's Au. So these are the Latin names from which these symbols are derived. Like lead. Lead, the Latin name is plumbum. And the symbol here is Pb. Then what else? Chlorine, it's Cl. It's a simple name of chlorine. So this way the symbols of the elements are derived. Right? You must be aware of periodic table. What is it? See, in these the elements are arranged according to their atomic numbers. The periodic table which is used. Right? They are arranged according to their increasing atomic numbers. And it is based on the modern periodic law. This you'll be studying in your higher grades. And what is modern periodic law? That the physical and chemical properties of an element are the function of its atomic number. Right? Further, it was proposed that they are the function of their electronic configuration. So, I don't want to explain this in detail. I just wanted to tell you about the elements. So, in the periodic table, there are groups and periods. Say group 1. The elements here are hydrogen, represented by the symbol H. Lithium, represented by the symbol Li. Sodium, represented by the symbol Na, because it is derived from its Latin name natrium. Right? The next element is potassium. The symbol for it is K. It is derived from its Latin name kalium. Right? Then is rubidium. It's Rb. The symbol is C. The first letter capitalized and the second is a smaller case or lowercase letter. Then cesium. Cs. Likewise, there is group 2. Group 2, the elements are beryllium. This symbol is Be. Then is magnesium. Mg. Then is calcium. Ca. Strontium. Sr. Beryllium, magnesium, calcium, strontium, barium, Ba and radium. So see how the symbols have been derived. The first letter of the name which is capitalized and followed by a smaller case letter. Likewise, if I go to group 3 elements, there is boron, B, aluminium, Al, gallium, Ga, indium, In, and thallium. So this lithium is the second period. So these are the elements. Now do remember these elements and their group numbers. So in our successive sessions, I'll just repeat this so that you are side by side also learning the periodic table. So this is how the symbols have been derived, right? What is the symbol for iron? It's Fe, derived from ferrum. right? Copper, it's Cu, derived from cuprum, right? So these are all the symbols. These are symbols of few more elements. Say aluminium, Al, argon, Ar, barium, Ba, boron, I have told you it's B, bromine again, it's Br. See, both of the, all the three of them, barium, boron and bromine, they all start with B. So you can't take B as a symbol. You have to take another letter also with it. Calcium, Ca, carbon, C, chlorine, Cl, right? Then is cobalt, Co. See, for all four of them, calcium starts with C, carbon starts with C, chlorine starts with C, and cobalt starts with C. So they are taking the next letter also. So for representing them, we have to take the second letter also. Now copper, symbol is Cu, fluorine, it's F, gold, the symbol is Au. It's derived from its Latin name aurum. I told you. Aurum, A-U-R-U-M. Hydrogen, H, iodine, I, iron, Fe, derived from its name ferrum. Lead, Pb, derived from its name plumbum. Magnesium, Mg, neon, Ne, nitrogen, N, oxygen, O, potassium, K, it is derived from its name kalium, K-A-L-I-U-M. Silicon, Si, silver, Ag, it's derived from argentum. Sodium, Na, from natrium. Sulfur, S, uranium, U, and zinc, Zn. Right? So this is all about the symbol of elements, students. Now I'll be concluding this session, and in the next session we'll be discussing about atomic mass of elements, and then we'll proceed to the chemical formulae. Right? I hope you have enjoyed this session, students, and in the next session we'll be discussing about the atomic mass of elements, also about the molecules of elements, as well as the molecules of compounds. So thank you, and do have a nice time ahead.